We're on.
Okay, we're on. I'm counting on Wikipedia to get me through the night.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
Welcome.
Welcome. This is On the Hunt. I'm Whitney.
And I'm Amy, and I have no shame. True story. I was just going through my papers and cut my finger on a staple.
She's okay.
And started bleeding, and Whitney's like, do you need a Band-Aid? Do I need to go get a Band-Aid? And I just ripped the Band-Aid off my arm from my flu shot I got a couple hours ago. And transferred that to my finger.
Responsible adult.
That's how this night's starting out.
Heck yeah.
This should be a great one.
I don't have to poop right now.
Nor do I.
So we're on.
We shouldn't have to poop for a good solid week yet. We're
knowing
being honest.
So I want to issue an apology to Amy for my violent bowels and the impact they had last week. So if you listened to last week's episode and you were like, what's up with this? Why is Whitney so weird? And just reading really quickly and trying to get through her story because she was going to poop her pants. Please go back and try again. After I poop, I come back.
She's a new woman.
I come back with a vengeance. I even go, woo!
Yeah. We had a celebratory.
Amy looked so surprised when I did it last episode too.
Yeah, so don't give up on us.
No.
It was interesting, but you know what? It happens.
It does. Poop
for
happens.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I can't think of anything else we have to
I can't either.
address. It was a weird one last week. I felt really off my game and was disappointed in myself, but then I realized I can't beat myself up every time, and not every week is going to be the best episode, and that's okay.
And I listened to it today, and you were good, Amy. It was funny.
Well, thanks.
So you're welcome.
I had my moments.
It's good stuff. So right. I'm excited for tonight's topic.
Me too.
Tonight's topic is. Are we doing this? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is celebrity
ghost hauntings. Okay. We may have two different topics, everyone.
No, I have that topic.
Okay.
Why did I want to say haunting?
A ghost is a haunting, I guess.
Okay. Celebrity ghost hauntings.
Yeah, I don't even need this. The thing that with the staple that's hurting. Why do I have it? Oh, because there's pictures. I wanted to show you pictures. Okay. So anyways.
Okay, great.
Celebrity ghosts that haunt places.
Yes.
That's what we're doing tonight.
Awesome.
And I chose mine because I feel like I've always heard a bunch of stuff about this. And then when I actually got into the research, as every single time, I'm like, crap, there's really not much out there about it. So
isn't it surprising when that happens?
It is. It really is. I'm like, how do I know so much about this? And then I remember I have no life, and I get on really obscure websites and weird stuff all the time. And then I realized, no, this is not common knowledge to the general public.
Right.
But anyway, so then I panic because then I think, how am I going to have enough to tell a story? So, okay, maybe I'll talk about this other person involved, and then maybe I'll talk about the place that was involved, and then I just... So whatever, I just printed some crap off of Wikipedia today.
I'm in this with you.
So
I'm in this with you.
So my celebrity ghost / haunting is Nancy Spungen.
I don't know who that is.
I know you don't. I can tell by the look on your face. Have you ever heard of Sid and Nancy?
No.
Oh, God. Okay, well...
What's Sid and Nancy?
Sit back and enjoy the show, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm in this. Let's do this. Who's Sid and Nancy? Okay, sorry.
Okay, well, you're going to learn.
I'm going to shut up.
This is an educational podcast.
It is.
As well.
Education.
So, my haunting takes place at the Chelsea Hotel in New York. Oh, come on.
What? Why would I?
So many celebrities have lived there. Not like in recent... times, but
because I'm thinking Chateau Marmont and
Hollywood. Okay, that's in LA. So
it's that
the Chelsea
New
Hotel
York.
Is that of New York?
Got it.
Basically.
Got it.
I'm thinking like Andy Warhol and that. Scene.
I know who Andy Warhol is.
Okay, well, thank God. So I thought, sorry.
It's okay.
It's just when I get upset when you
know
all sorts of stuff about it, and then
I can't win.
Know nothing about my topic.
What do you want from me,
crap.
Amy?
I want you to be right.
You're gonna know who my topic is.
And then
this
is really funny because I made little bullet points here, and I'm like, no, I need more information. So then I went
printed
to
this
Wikipedia,
whole
got some stuff. So then I'm like, and then I highlighted it. And now I can't really see the highlight, but that's okay.
So trying to flashlight.
No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm just going with it,
Let's
man.
just
Whatever.
rock
Sometimes
this out.
our best work is what we think is going to be our worst work.
That's
we're
always
really
our best work. Sorry about my coughing, everyone.
You're fine. Thought I would give a little bit of background about the Chelsea. It's actually the Hotel Chelsea, but I've always heard it called the Chelsea Hotel or the Chelsea, and that is what pretty much everyone refers to it as. It's allegedly one of the most haunted places in New York.
Interesting.
So the Hotel Chelsea, but I'm going to call it the Chelsea Hotel.
Yeah, we're going with it.
Is situated at 222 West 23rd Street between 7th and 8th Avenues in the neighborhood of Chelsea, Manhattan. It's been a designated New York landmark since 1966. And I remember I read somewhere, and it's probably in here somewhere, that at the time it was built, which I believe it was built between 1883 and 1885 was when it was constructed. So it took about 2 years. And at the time when it was completed in the 1800s, it was the tallest single standing building in New York City.
Wow.
So kind of cool.
Is that it?
Yes.
It's big.
And back particularly in think 60s, 70s, it was not just a regular hotel where you check in, check out, but they had long-term residencies. So a lot of artists, musicians, just really cool people. And then, of course, one of the things I read, guess what they said was loosely based on the Chelsea Hotel. That's right, everyone. American Horror Story Hotel. I mean,
that is your Zach Bagans.
That is my Zach Bagans. It is American Horror Story. So, whatever. And they actually said, I don't know if you ever saw that season. No. The character that Sarah Paulson played was supposed to be very similar to Nancy Spungen, who is my person I'm doing. So I think her name was Sally in that season.
I need to watch more of those.
It is
the last episode, or the last season of American Horror Story I watched was the one with Lady Gaga, Roanoke.
Okay, yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
It got real weird.
Last season was stupid. I hated it. I think it was like Apocalypse or something. It was really dumb. They tried to do a crossover with all characters from previous seasons.
Too much.
It did not work.
No.
But otherwise, I love it.
Okay, great.
Let's see. No. Printed some stuff off.
Okay,
it's really not important.
Blah de blah.
I'm going to try not to be like you and did you notice last week you kept shaking your paper? I think it's hilarious.
I was going to poop. I can't make that more.
She had the Shadoobie shake. She can't help
Seriously, I was clenching. I should have the best buttocks.
You should.
But I don't. Alas.
Let's see. I think I'm going to go to my own notes now.
Okay.
And just tell you some of the people who have set up residency at the Chelsea Hotel. And I know you'll know some of these.
Can I guess one?
Sure.
Frank Sinatra.
I don't think so.
Damn it.
He's not on my list. Mark Twain. Right?
What? Old Samuel Clemens?
You got it,
himself?
girl.
That's cool.
Dylan Thomas, as in the poet. Oh, come on. Have you not seen Dangerous Minds when they do the Dylan contest and they take the
this
Bob
podcast
Dylan and the Dylan Thomas?
This is really this podcast is embarrassing for me.
Well, whatever.
No, it's embarrassing because I don't know these things I should.
Well, Dylan Thomas was he was an author and poet and way famous. So get it together.
It's just me. I'm
Madonna.
Who? No, I'm kidding.
I will punch you in the face right now. Janis Joplin, whom I love.
Janis Joplin is awesome.
I used to just...
I love rock and roll.
No, that's Joan Jett. How are we friends? Seriously.
Because you love me despite me.
Oh my God. I mean, me and Bobby McGee, does that ring any bells? She was in the 27 Club. Come on.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop talking.
Jimi Hendrix?
Yes.
Know him?
Yes.
I mean, should I just stop where I am?
Yes.
Andy Warhol and
Yes.
that whole group of people.
I feel the need after everyone. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, now you feel
really
you feel
embarrassing.
very judged. I apologize.
No,
it's a no judgment zone. I have to remind myself sometimes that I am
She's judging me.
11 years older than you. It's okay. And what that makes any sense? Janis Joplin was not. I just love Janis Joplin. I absolutely love her. She is one of the greatest artists of all time, and I will die on that hill.
She will. But you don't need to.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Please pause. So anyways, think about artists and musicians back in those days, super addicted to drugs and very tortured souls.
Yes.
So it would stand to reason the Chelsea Hotel is going to be haunted by all sorts of
It saw some torch, what am I trying to say? Drama and tragedy and all that.
So kind of bouncing back and forth. A little bit of background on Nancy Spungen.
Okay. Spungen.
I don't really even want to give away too much since you don't know anything about her. So I'm just going to
I literally don't.
I'm going to give you the Wikipedia.
Okay.
Of Nancy and her life.
Okay. And then what? You're going to give me something else later?
Okay. Something really horrible happened to her.
Oh.
In the Chelsea Hotel.
Oh, God.
So
Nancy
was born in 1958 in Philadelphia. So she's from the United States.
Okay.
She was born with severe cyanosis and nearly died of oxygen deprivation after being choked by her umbilical cord during delivery.
Baby Nancy.
She appeared to have suffered no brain damage and was released from the hospital 8 days after birth. And when I started reading a little bit about her, I was like, oh my God, she was born in 1958. That's only roughly 20 years before me. And the stuff that medical advancements just blows my mind. Which actually I shouldn't say that because, I was very premature when I was born. And
were you?
Yeah.
How far?
Little over a month, but my mom was a smoker, so
your lungs weren't developed.
Yeah, way more preemie than even just someone born. And
I'm so glad you made it.
Me too. Well, I didn't. I actually died in the hospital, but they
as a baby.
Yes, but they didn't have all the technology and stuff to
know that you died.
So until someone came in and checked on me and saw that I was blue and resuscitated me, no one knew I was dead. So maybe
you're
that's
reincarnated.
I am.
No, you resurrected,
and that too. I am Janis Joplin.
You are Resurrection Mary.
I don't know what year Janis Joplin died. Yeah, I'm Resurrection Amy. I don't know. Oh, God. Okay, anyway, so when Nancy was a baby, this was the part I found interesting. And I'm telling you some of this background about her because after her death, she was really villainized. And she was a freaking victim. It's just so victim disgusting. Blaming. They were victim blaming because they feel like she brought him down. I'm going to stop now because you don't know anything about this.
I don't.
So she was a difficult baby, throwing and crying fits and temper tantrums late into childhood. So at 3 months old, she was prescribed a liquid barbiturate by a pediatrician.
What?
Yeah. So gotta love the 1950s.
So what is a liquid barbiturate?
What
would that, cocaine is a barbiturate, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Basically, they just tried to stone the poor baby out of her mind so that she wouldn't cry. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And so it just kind of goes on to talk about what a difficult child she was, but then she was actually incredibly intelligent. When they gave her an IQ test at a very young age, she scored incredibly high. And it even says at the age of 5, she was allowed to skip to the 3rd grade. So that's kind of a big deal. But throughout her life, she exhibited so many behavior problems that was all anyone focused on. I would like to think if she were alive nowadays as a child, obviously they would diagnose her with emotional disorder or ADHD or possibly even bipolar disorder. There's so many mental illnesses that are out there that just didn't. It's not even that they didn't diagnose them back then; they didn't exist.
Right.
So when she graduated from high school, she was accepted into the University of Colorado Boulder. But once she got there, she got herself into a little bit of trouble. She was arrested for purchasing marijuana from an undercover police officer.
What is this? The 60s, 70s?
70s. Well, no, this would have been. Yeah, the 70s.
Okay.
Oh, what a time. I died in a hospital and no one knew it. So she got in a little bit of trouble for that, but then she was later arrested for storing stolen property in her dorm room. So that's what finally got her kicked out of college.
Well, Nancy, don't.
She was also fired from her first job on the first day. So at that point, she began financing herself by stealing from her family and dealing drugs.
Happens.
I mean, if you think about when you've got someone who's incredibly intelligent, but they have all of these emotional
disturbances or
things that they don't really know how to handle or how to deal with because they've never been taught the way to cope, then that's kind of a path that'll sadly a lot of people go down.
Yeah, and like maybe I'm sure she was using some of those drugs as coping mechanisms for her mental illness,
Yep.
like we see now.
Yes. And so at age 17, she moved to New York City, where she worked as
17.
as a stripper, and we're going to say sex worker.
Yes.
We're not going to use any discriminatory words towards her because she was freaking 17.
Yeah, she's a child still,
so
right?
No one has any right to pass judgment. But she became kind of a groupie. She's 17.
I mean, I was a groupie too.
So
didn't
come
sing.
on. She followed bands like Aerosmith.
Ooh.
You know them, Whitney?
Yeah, I do.
Bad Company?
No.
No, okay.
Bad
The Ramones.
I mean, I know who. I've heard of the Ramones.
Okay. So in 1977, she moved to London.
Oh, how'd she get that?
She tried to hook up with a band member of a place, but that didn't work out. So anyways, she met the whole band, the Sex Pistols.
Okay.
She
met the whole band.
Yeah, she did.
Oh.
And she was actually interested in the lead singer. But he didn't show any interest in her, so instead she went after the bassist, Sid Vicious.
Okay.
So if you ever heard of
I've heard
Sid
of
and
Sid.
Nancy, that's who this is. And they move things real fast.
And she's still 17.
Yeah. And so,
baby.
yeah.
How old is he, you think, approximately? 20s, 30s?
Let's see. He was born in 1957, and she was born in 58. So, he's just
18?
a kid, too.
Mm-hmm. And he's in a very prominent rock band?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
You go. Actually, no, you don't go because it was not a good thing. So,
No.
They were together for 19 months, but they were both heavy drug users. They became addicted to heroin. And a lot of the tabloids dubbed her Nauseating Nancy for her frequent public displays of verbal abuse and violence. Get real. You know,
That's
all
rude.
the guys in all the bands were doing the exact same thing, but it was the 70s and...
Nauseating Nancy? That is
it's so rude.
Gross.
And she's a young adult at
17.
this point. Come on. After the Sex Pistols broke up in 1978, that's when Sid and Nancy moved into the Chelsea Hotel. Okay. So they took up residency there. And I don't think it says it here. Okay. Room 100.
Oh.
That was their room. And it said that they kept going under all different kinds of names, which is not uncommon for a celebrity to do. So over the next few months, they just spiraled deeper and deeper into their drug abuse. And so then, as with drug abuse, there became a ton of domestic violence. The relationship became very volatile. Not that it was ever really a normal relationship, but on October 12, 1978, Nancy's body was found under the sink in the bathroom at the Chelsea.
Under the sink? Mm-hmm. Like in the cabinet?
Well, I think it was like a pedestal sink.
Oh.
So she was like sprawled out under that.
Oh, God.
She had suffered a single stab wound to the abdomen. And it was with a hunting knife that Sid Vicious owned. Like, people had seen him with that knife, so they knew for sure that that was his knife.
So it was his.
And something else I read said that he was just kind of found wandering the halls covered in blood, going, "She's dead, she's dead."
What?
Yeah. So it was a really weird... Well, I'm sure he was who knows what kind of drugs at that point.
But no one's like, hello, Mr. Vicious. We're going to walk you down to the lobby.
Yeah, what's going on with all the blood on you?
Yeah, no one's alarmed?
I mean, I'm sure people were, but you've got to also remember what kind of people were
staying at
the Chelsea. Mm-hmm. I mean, that probably,
Mind
as crazy
business.
as that sounds to us, it probably wasn't that weird.
And like
to
a mind
people
your
who were
business
there.
or you're going to be next.
Yeah. Yeah.
kind
and
of
I imagine
mentality.
too, even like the staff and stuff were constantly told these are all famous people that stay here.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah. He was immediately arrested, Sid Vicious was, and charged with second-degree murder.
Wow.
He pleaded not guilty and was released on bail.
That's
4 months after Nancy's death, though, while he was out on bail, he actually died of a heroin overdose while out on bail waiting for the trial to take place.
That sucks for her family, though.
That does suck. There's no justice. No. But then, of course, since he died and there wasn't anyone to tell the story, even though he wouldn't have been able to coherently tell what had happened. So
they're saying maybe it wasn't
So
him.
now they're like, well, it was drug dealers. They're pointing fingers everywhere else. And somehow she ended up kind of being like the bad guy in it. People were like blaming her for his death because they think
she like
OD because she died because he murdered her. So
sorry about it.
Yeah. A really, really terrible situation and so awful. I mean, it's awful that both of them, their lives had to end so tragically. But so the moral of the story is don't do drugs. No. Terrible.
Seek mental help.
Yes. So since the time of her death and his death, I'm not really going to go into any details about his life because, I mean, as far as we know, he was a murderer. And I'm not going to sit
and we're
here
leaving
and give
it
him
there.
A bunch of credit. So, people don't claim, though, that just Nancy haunts.
Oh, he does too?
The hotel. They say he does too. Which, if you think about it, even though he didn't die there,
he still had tragedy there.
Like, he had left, I believe I read this. I might be wrong. Whatever. If I am, it's fine.
Wouldn't be the first time we're wrong.
We mess up facts all the time in here. But I feel like I read somewhere that he had written a suicide note and said to bury him next to her. So even in spite of everything that happened, and I do believe that as tumultuous and volatile and crazy as it was, in their own way, they were in love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drugs are just, God, it's just so awful that the whole situation had happened. So it would stand to reason that his spirit would go back there and haunt the Chelsea.
Yeah.
And then there are also people have claimed to see ghosts of several other famous people there. But ain't nobody got time for I barely had time for this. Let me tell you. We decided on a topic last week. It's not like this is a surprise.
Oh,
but
Lord. What'd you work on yours?
Last night.
Me too.
I was just
We're good at this.
Well, there's just been a lot going on. Okay?
Honestly, if I over-prepared, this would be terrible.
Well, and it even said, okay, I'm not doing anything Sunday. I'm going to work on this. And then yesterday, noonish, Keaton's like, I need some fall clothes. Can we go to H&M? And I'm like, Keaton, I have things to do. And then I'm like, meet me in the garage in 5 minutes. We're going.
We're leaving.
And so, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I do that to myself. And then I get into a panic and then I'm crabby. Because then everybody at my house wants help with something. And I'm just
working.
Listen, I can't do this. And then everyone gives me, I do say that. And they're like, really? You're working, Mom? This is not your job. And I'm like, shut your face.
It will be.
Exactly.
Someday.
Someday we'll make some little money off
when we're on
thing.
tour.
That's right.
Big dreams. We have vision boards. No big deal.
That's right. All right. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So let me tell you some of the things that not ghosts, guests.
If it was Resurrection Mary, she'd be a guest, too.
It would be. She would be with her cold hands. Guests have claimed to have seen at the Chelsea.
Okay.
And actually, interesting fact, the Chelsea, I believe in 2011, was closed for renovations.
Interesting.
And has not been reopened since.
Whoa.
Renovations were supposed to be completed, I believe, in 2017, but according to my sources, aka Wikipedia, it has yet to reopen. So kind of makes you wonder, right?
Sure does.
What's going on? So I think it's kind of funny. One guest said he saw Sid Vicious.
Can you imagine?
Pushing buttons on the elevators for guests. Like
a bellhop?
Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Yes. Right? Is that what the...
And again, with a tiny hat.
Yes. Just like the Shriners and the monkey. First floor. So I'm like, can you imagine? Like, you're a ghost just starts... You're like, I can get that myself.
But I mean... Fifth floor.
Have you ever seen that viral video on YouTube of that woman like in the elevator freaking out?
Yes, she's at...
And then her body was found in a water tank.
Yes, she was at... Oh my God, what's the name of that hotel? Her name is... Oh my God, this is going to kill me.
Okay,
go on.
Sorry I brought it up.
No, it's okay, because she's...
Maybe Sid Vicious was there too. A lot of the paranormal activity centers around room 100. Mm-hmm. It's not always necessarily in room 100, but in very close proximity to room 100, which was Sid and Nancy's room. Guests reported hearing loud music coming from room 100, as well as raised voices and the sound of a couple arguing, even though the room is unoccupied. So what a horrible...
You're just still fighting.
Like, you're just still fighting. Like,
the whole
come on.
eternity of fighting.
I told you to take out the trash.
Can you not put your underwear in the drawer?
Yeah, how hard is it to pick your towel up off the floor? Like, just for all of eternity. No, thank you, pass. There was actually the most recent report before they closed the hotel down for renovations. A woman and her family reported that the lights in their bathroom and hallway just repeatedly went off and on, which would be so annoying.
And creepy and just like...
Yeah, like what is happening? Why is this happening? A woman's high-pitched scream. The sink turning off and on its own. And strange bubbles coming from the drain. And then all I could think of was it.
Oh my God, yes.
Remember?
Yes.
No thanks.
Strange bubbles? You're just like brushing your
just coming
teeth?
out of the sink. Oh, and then this was the one I had the picture of, but I don't know where I put crap. Where's all my stuff?
Well, while she's doing that, the girl that she was talking about is at the Cecil Hotel, and it's Elisa Lamb.
Okay, thank you.
And it's fascinating. So look it up.
So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this in that dark
You've
room.
You've got great pictures.
I know, right? But
let me pull up
I love how I did this,
God.
and then it just starts like giving me all these haunted hotels. I'm like, and I printed them all.
Oh, I thought
I'm a loser. I don't know.
Well, you might need it later.
I think it's in here. Sorry, everyone. This is probably really annoying on your end. Well, anyway, somebody took a picture, and it looks like a skeleton peeking around the corner of the doorway.
Look at that naked artwork. Sexy.
Well, that's another thing that Chelsea's known for. They have a lot of famous artwork in there from people who have, like, famous artists and stuff who've stayed there.
That's super cool.
So, I don't know what you think, but this is allegedly a picture of a, like, skeleton peeking around the door jamb. Not nearly as impressive as the kid peeking around that thing in the Amityville case.
It honestly looks like an alien to me. Yeah. It looks like E.T.
I don't know. But anyway, somebody took that picture. Which would be enough to make me go home.
Heck yeah. Heck yes.
The basement has... basements are just creepy anyways.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure... Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
Demon
we
house.
Established that.
Yes.
They've had an unexplained loss of power. Objects being moved around. Again, furniture being rearranged. What is with... Sorry, I had way too much coffee today, and now my acid indigestion is flaring out.
What's with your throat, not your butt?
Spirits moving furniture.
Yeah, like what's the end goal with that?
I have no idea. Come to my house, move furniture, and then vacuum all the dog hair up while you're back.
It's got to just be like a, hey, see, we're here. It's got to be that.
I guess.
Because otherwise, what's the point?
There is no point. And then, actually, when I was like, well, no other stories I can find, there was this article on bustle.com.
Oh, yeah.
By author Brand Neal. And he talked about when him and his, not his sister, I think it was like his cousin or somebody, which now that I think about it's kind of weird. But anyways, they got a room and stayed at the Chelsea. And they got there and I don't know, I guess they'd been traveling. They were exhausted. He's like, I'm going to run out and get some snacks. And his cousin's like, I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. I'm tired. So while he's out, she goes to get in the shower and she just has this overwhelming feeling of someone watching her.
Ew, while you're in the shower.
While she's in the shower.
When you're at your most vulnerable.
Yes. So she just had that really uneasy feeling. Like something was standing behind her. While she was in the shower.
Luckily, my shower's this big. I'm making tiny hands. So no one else can be in there.
Yeah. Spirit or human.
I can basically touch my butt to one side and my forehead to the other. I'm safe. Why am I telling people that?
I don't know, but
Stupid.
it's great
God.
just to let him know because
Don't you be trying to come in here. I'll see you.
spirits just occupy so much actual space, physical space.
Well, Mary does.
Well, true that.
Mary needs to.
Mary breaks all the rules.
She does. Mary, wow.
So as she's standing there with this uneasy feeling that something's behind her, she hears a man's voice whisper, "Get out."
Oh, good.
Yeah. So,
What?
and then she saw...
What, a shower?
No, she's... Well, she took it to me to get out of the hotel. Well, no, that would just be me to my children every freaking night. There are 5 of us in this house. Stop it. Get out.
It's just you. Get out. The hot water heater only has so much capacity.
You don't need to put on an entire, Madison Square Garden performance while you're in the shower.
Keaton.
I'm looking at you. So after she hears
Singing
this man's
Ariana
voice...
Grande.
Yeah, for real. After she hears this man's voice say, "Get out," she actually sees his full body apparition and then he disappears.
Does he do that?
Yeah, he does that.
Are you kidding?
What's that meme with the guy sprinkling the salt? Or the glitter or whatever on people's food? I don't know.
What are you
I don't know.
talking
It happens. There's a meme. Look it up. I don't care.
But does he? Does he?
No,
do
that's
this?
me. That's my girl. Take
Oh,
it.
I thought
No,
you meant-
Sid Vicious's ghost did not
Get out of here.
No. No, he did not do that. And then and then his ghost sprinkled glitter on her, and she had to take a shower all over again to get the glitter off. It was
I don't know. Again, I don't know who Sid Vicious is. I have no context to.
Well, here he is.
Oh,
I'll
God.
even show you a picture. He looks like a 1970s punk rocker.
My God.
Come on.
Does,
So anyways, this girl's cousin gets back and she is vividly
he's scary.
shaken, freaked out, terrified. Which, by the way, she, like you, had no clue who Sid Vicious was, knew nothing about people dying at the hotel, nothing.
She's like,
So-
this sweaty man with no shirt.
Yes. So as they're walking down the hall of the hotel later, probably the next day, I don't know, there's a painting of Sid Vicious in the hall. And she tells her cousin, "That's the guy I saw. He was telling us to get out of this hotel."
That is rude.
That is rude.
Sid,
You don't...
aka John.
Yeah, John Simon Ritchie. Oh, is he related to Lionel Richie?
I thought you were gonna go to your-
Dancing on the Ceiling that you didn't know. Remember?
I thought you were going to go to your, what's that guy you love? Kardashian husband.
Disick?
Yeah.
Scott Disick?
Because he's dating Richie.
Oh, because of the Richie. Got it. Or Nicole Richie. I don't know. Paris Hilton. I could just spiral out of control with this.
E-News Corner.
You got it. So
Fascinating.
There
Amy.
aren't I couldn't find a ton of stories about it, but I also think when people experience these things, it's not always easy to talk about it.
Absolutely.
I have personally experienced things.
Yes.
And unless I get to know you really well and feel you out and kind of see that you're not going to think I'm insane, it's hard to share your experiences with people. So these were just the things I found documented, people's accounts of what had happened. I'm sure in a hotel that old with that much history, they even said Dylan Thomas, the poet, even though he didn't die there, he was staying there when he got really, really sick and got pneumonia. And so left there straight to a hospital and died in the hospital. So, I mean,
So he's still
it stands
linger
to
there.
reason that, yeah. And a lot of, artists and musicians who died very young, even though they didn't die there, they said that was kind of like their home for what, they stayed there for very
Heck
long
yeah.
periods of time and probably experienced some of the most memorable moments of their lives
yeah.
while they're in New York City, just
So cool.
so. Anyways,
What a
that was
life.
my story.
Amy, that was great.
Can we just please put out into the universe, Nancy was a victim. I don't care if you're addicted to drugs, if you're, no one
Doesn't
deserves that. You don't deserve to have a hunting knife plunged into your stomach and left to bleed out on a bathroom floor.
And she didn't cause Sid Vicious to do drugs. I mean, like,
No.
he was doing that already when they met.
Exactly.
So
That's
don't blame...
what brought them together.
Right. Don't blame...
And don't blame her for turning to drugs. Like I said, she clearly had an undiagnosed mental illness.
Or maybe many.
Yes, and was probably doing whatever she could
to cope.
To calm all of those feelings and things that she didn't understand.
And to live.
Exactly. So we will always side for the victims.
Yes.
And we will always acknowledge people as victims, just saying.
A lot of biases around folks who use drugs.
Yeah. And you don't know their story.
Nope.
No one just gets up one day and is like, hey, I think I'm going to stick a needle in my arm just for fun.
The heck of it.
Yeah. That is not how that goes, people. So, Oh God, I'm back to people. Okay.
All right, people.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Are you ready to take a sharp left turn?
I don't we always take sharp left turns on this? Let's be honest right now.
Oh God. I'm about to knock this over. I think I might actually need some light because I'm not over here by the window.
If I move a little bit, am I letting some light in? Look at me. See, this is where we need Mary again with her illuminated body.
This is totally fine. So I am doing the ghost of Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, nice.
I love White House hauntings, though.
Yeah.
Something about the fact that, like, you're the president, but yet, like, Honest Dave might roll up and wake you up in the middle of the night or something.
Yeah, you've been warned, Mr. President Trump.
Yeah. There's a fun photo that we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Is that his wife?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Is that him? Yes, maybe.
Are you going to talk about her?
Some.
Oh, she was interesting.
We do talk some about her superstition and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So
I'm excited about this because I know...
Jump in, please.
Quite a bit. Have you been to the Lincoln Museum in Springfield, Illinois?
I think I did as a young person, but I haven't been since I would care to go.
Such a cool place.
And actually, I forgot this is from your native land.
Yeah, Illinois.
Illinois, the land of opportunities. I don't know.
No,
the land of
lots
Lincoln.
of taxes.
The land of Lincoln. Isn't that what's literally on
Yeah, it is the land of Lincoln. Yeah, fun fact, everyone. If you didn't know, I grew up in Illinois, so...
So my sources today are Wikipedia and History.com.
Oh, I didn't say my sources. My site. Sorry.
No, we're going back.
I just jump in? I don't want.
Fine.
Please don't sue me.
I haven't even got started.
Wikipedia, bustle.com, which I did say for that. Citypass.com, hauntedplacestogo.com, independent.co.uk, and ghoststory.co.uk. I don't even think I used information from them, but I read them.
So you may have said things that came from them.
Sorry. No, you're so good about opening with that every time you do a story.
Because it's right on top.
It was right on top of mine as well. Look, literally
I don't know what to say for you. I tried to help you out.
Well,
okay,
I
so
appreciate it.
Please jump in because, yeah. I'm not going into who... Okay, anyway, let's go on. Here we go. This is not bulleted because I had one day. Actually, I had 7 days, but
we only give ourselves one day.
No, actually, some of it is bulleted. Okay, anyway. There also, I'm like getting a throat thing, so I'm getting real dry, and I don't have any water, but I have ice cubes. That's why I've been putting ice cubes in my mouth.
Great.
So
I got my flu shot today, so
I mean, it's allergies. I know it is, but they're really harvesting the corn around here right now. It's obnoxious.
I know.
This is with my
I'm just waiting for the house to become infested with mice because it always happens when they harvest the fields and then it gets cold out.
And spiders.
My cat used to be super fat and he's still super fat and lazy, but he used to. And whatever, judge me if you want, but I live in the middle of nowhere, so we get mice in our house because they're cornfields. I'm going to use the word literally here because it's accurate. True. Literally surrounding my house. So
same here. My
cat used to just watch. Like I actually saw my cat watch a mouse run back and forth, and he just turned. Well, then I got a dog. And once the dog came into life, the cat's like, crap, I got to earn my keep here. And
That's
joke,
good.
He started killing mice. Like, look at me. I can do cool stuff, too.
We just have, like, tons of traps everywhere. It's gross, so I hate mice.
Yeah.
So
well,
bad.
I can't have tons of traps because of my pets.
Well, yeah.
I'm like, darn it.
No, that would be unsafe.
Whatever. The cat kills him now.
Kill him. Who cares?
He'll kill him, but then he pukes. He eats, like, half of them and leaves me, like, the butt end of the mouse just as a present. Like, thanks, Penny Powers.
Puke.
I appreciate
Don't
that.
they eat the butt first? I always thought that wild animals.
I don't. Or maybe he just regurgitates the butt.
Sorry, PETA, if you are into mice, but come live in the country, you won't be anymore.
My cat's a real fan of Sir Mix-a-Lot. He likes big butts, and I cannot lie. Sorry, Abraham Lincoln.
Sorry,
Let's go.
Mary Todd Lincoln. There have been several stories about the ghosts of former presidents of the United States revisiting the White House, with perhaps the most common and popular, this is not my words clearly, of being that of Honest Abe, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
Lincoln's ghost, otherwise known as the White House ghost.
Well, I mean,
he just gets
if
that
I'm
honest.
thinking of a ghost at the White House, my brain's immediately going to jump to
If you
Abe
abolish
Lincoln.
slavery, you're the White House ghost.
I would assume Abe Lincoln or JFK.
Yes.
Like, those are the only two that I would even associate with that. And I'm going to get rid of that paperclip so I stop dropping it directly under the microphone.
Totally fine. So it said that he's haunted the White House since his death in 1865. His ghost is also said to haunt many of his former residences in Springfield, including Illinois, including his former law office.
Yeah. You know,
how cool is
fun
that?
fact, I do believe, and I might be making this up, but I think it's true. My town I went to graduate high school from, little old Pittsfield, Illinois.
Yes.
He tried a case in the courthouse there.
How cool
Pittsfield's
is
kind of
that?
known for their courthouse. It's like right on the town square, and
That's
it's really
awesome.
beautiful and really cool. And I do believe he tried a case there.
Would they have photos of that?
Yes, I'm sure they would.
What photos of
I mean, there's a Pike County Historical Society, so
we should go.
I donated some pictures to them after my dad died
That's
because my
awesome.
grandpa was the mayor of my little town once upon a time, and he I'm practically royalty. My grandpa was the mayor of no, not even of Pittsfield, Nebo, Illinois. And he put in the sewer system. Nebo didn't have a sewer system before my grandpa came along.
Dude, you need a sewer system.
So I had all these, picked my grandma,
Of
made these
sewers?
little, a little scrapbook of all the people working.
Here's the
and the
sewers.
newspaper articles.
I'm
stuff.
not making fun of you.
So after Dad died, I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And I'm like,
No.
my former history teacher is also on the Pike County Historical Society board. So I
That's
gave him a
cool.
call and hey, would you be interested?
Would you be
I'm
interested?
such a philanthropist, Whitney.
I mean, you gave away art.
I did.
You should write that off on your checks.
I should.
Full Polaroids.
Almost 5 years
sewage.
later.
I love that though.
That's gonna red flag me with the IRS. Sure.
Whoa, weird.
Okay, sorry.
All right, back
Once
to
again,
Abe.
off
Here we go.
tangent.
No,
this
it's good.
Band-Aid's gotta go. It's straight me.
As long as you're not bleeding anymore, you're fine.
I think
You're
I'm
good.
good. Even if I am, it's all good.
It's just a
It's
percocet.
bloodletting.
It is. We'll become blood sisters. I'll cut myself too with that same paper staple. Okay. Abraham Lincoln was this. I'm just giving a little history for those of you who might live outside the United States and not know. I don't know. Do we have international listeners? No, but we might one day.
Sometimes wonder, growing up in Illinois, does everyone else in the United States think Abraham Lincoln's a big deal? I was raised. Okay.
Okay. I mean, I grew up in Missouri,
Yeah.
right next to Illinois, but I think so.
Okay.
He's on the $5 bill.
I mean, he did a lot of good.
He really did. He did the
played
most good.
a critical role in abolishing.
I'm going to go ahead and say
slavery
he
in
did the most good, maybe, of all the presidents.
I think so.
Yeah. We're historians.
Yeah. So there.
suck it.
And just think what he could have continued to do.
If it wasn't for John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
Ever. Get out of here. Okay. What am I talking
Actors.
about? Actors. And musicians and
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage
is the
Ghost
reincarnated whatever.
Tell them what you
of
almost bought.
John Wilkes
that you
Booth.
have to buy.
Oh, so once again, I had some time to kill, so I ran to Walgreens.
Walgreens, do you want to sponsor us?
Yeah, for real.
Jeez.
No. Get some flu shots, Walgreens, okay? Yeah, they haven't had flu shots in 2 weeks. Do you have any idea what kind of craziness I had to run around all over in various towns to get my flu shots? But anyways, I was in there, and they had a Ghost Rider Pez dispenser. I'm kind of mad I didn't buy it now.
It's so fun.
It's just it's got the flames for hair.
Is there a motorcycle?
No, it's just
the
a
head?
smiling head.
Yes. I mean, it needs to live here.
I know. I should have bought it. I'm mad at myself.
We need a little table.
I was more interested in lip glosses.
I wonder is that Chris's?
Chris's what?
Vase and feathers?
He performs rituals on Thursdays
with those giraffes.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant the feathers. I'm like, I don't think giraffes have feathers, Whitney. I could be wrong.
Him and Mandy tickle each
other. Oh, stop it. You're going to get us banished from their home.
Chris, I'm sorry. It was a terrible joke. But it was funny.
Whitney and I will tickle each other with the feathers if that makes it even at all better.
Wait, what?
Please? I don't know.
We don't or we do?
We will if we have to. We have to make this right, Whitney.
Okay, wow. Well, I just talked about my brother and sister-in-law engaging in weird tickle things. I mean, that's not weird if you're into it. I'm not judging you. I'm going to stop talking now. Okay.
Just
Abraham
if
Lincoln.
you tickle me, I will punch you. I hate being
16th
tickled.
president.
It's terrible.
Of the United States. This is very serious. Is remembered for his vital role as the leader in preserving the Union during the Civil War and lengthening the process that led to the end of slavery in the United States. Thank you, Abraham Lincoln.
Yes. Nice job. Well done.
Yes, he's remembered for his character, his speeches and letters, and as a man of humble origins, that old cabin, whose determination and perseverance led him to the nation's highest office.
Yes.
Thank you, Abe Lincoln. All right, moving on. Abraham Lincoln sees his own death.
Ooh.
Have you heard this? Because I'd never heard this before.
Are you getting into like his wife
Yes.
and her seances and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. This is
I don't know
my
how
jam.
much I go into
I
it. But,
love
so,
Mary Todd Lincoln. She was my people. I mean, I know she was like really mentally unstable, but she was.
And she's like,
You know what,
I know
though?
he wasn't a babe, but like,
Yeah,
rough.
she's. I don't
Looking
know. You
rough.
know what though? She
Okay.
suffered.
that's true. And he
Great
had just
losses in her
died
lifetime.
here.
So
I
this,
might
I was gonna say
not-
this looks like a like outfit you wear when you're in mourning.
Yeah. Well, there he is.
Oh.
We'll get into it.
okay.
This is spirit photography.
Oh, I love spirit photography too. God,
I
it's got all the good stuff.
If I don't go that much into it here, then I'll tell you when I'm done and jump in. Or
well,
jump
it's
in
not
as
like
we
I
go.
am a wealth of knowledge.
I mean, I don't
just
know. I don't know what you know. I'm not in your brain. Okay.
I have toured the Abraham Lincoln Museum.
She's
And I have a
She's a
picture.
historian.
Oh my God.
You
if
have a
I could
picture with
find,
him? You have
yes,
this?
if I
Shut
could find
up.
the
What?
picture. I
Is it a
took
cardboard cutout?
No, they're wax figures.
Oh.
And it's Brecken and me. I think he was probably, God, maybe
That's great.
5th grade-ish.
Oh, sorry.
I took him because my son's a dork like me. And it's like, hey, you want to
feel
go
like
to
I
this? And he's
remember
like,
you
yeah.
doing this.
And I have a picture of him and I next to their wax figures.
That's-
If I can find it, we will
yeah.
put it on our
Oh,
social
God.
media page because it's hilarious. You can tell he's like, I can't believe my mom's making me get my picture taken like
This
this.
is embarrassing. Okay. So by the time of Abe Lincoln's 1864 re-election, he was obviously really stressed. So
Yeah.
deep lines etched into his face, and he had black, heavy circles under his eyes. During his 5 years as commander-in-chief, he slept little and took no vacations. And then he dreamed his own death.
Yeah. And if you've ever seen, they have, like I forget where I saw this. It may have even been there, but I feel like I've seen it in like a documentary or something at some point too. They take 2 photos of him
Oh,
just like a couple years apart. And the years that he aged
so sad.
during his presidency is unbelievable.
and they talk about that a lot with presidents in general, that happens.
Yeah.
But I'm sure for him, it was even worse. Will Lamon, a close friend of Abe's, wrote down what Lincoln told him on an evening in early 1865. Quote, "About 10 days ago, I retired very late." I love how people used to talk.
I know.
The president told Lamon. "I soon began to dream. There seemed to be a death-like stillness about me. Then I heard subdued sobs, as if a number of people were weeping. I thought I left my bed and wandered downstairs. I arrived at the east room. Before me was a..." God, this is why I gotta read this before. "Catafalque. No idea. On which rested a corpse wrapped in funeral vestments." So let's say that's like a stand where you put a body.
Well,
Catafalque.
let me bring you my knowledge
Okay.
from my tour of the Lincoln Museum in
Okay.
Springfield, Illinois. They actually have they have all these different rooms, and each room represents a stage
Of his
of
life.
his life and
Okay.
his presidency. And they actually have like the wagon
Oh.
thing that his body was
carried
carried
in?
in.
Maybe
And
that's
your
what it is.
description, that kind of makes me think of that because it was like,
Yeah.
it was covered in like these dark fabrics and
Yeah, and then it says, "On which rested a corpse." We'll say it's that. We're going to say a wagon. "Wrapped in funeral vestments. Around it were stationed soldiers who were acting as guards, and there was a throng of people, some gazing mournfully upon the corpse, whose face covered others weeping pitifully. I don't know. I didn't write this.
Their faces were covered because they were in mourning. That's it.
Who's dead in the White House? I demanded of one of the soldiers. The president. He was killed by an assassin. Dun, dun, dun. It was foreshadowing.
Actually, that's not even foreshadowing. That's just telling you exactly what's happening.
Yeah, there's not much like you have to really foresee there. It was not the first time Lincoln saw his own death. Soon after his election in 1860, he'd seen a double image of his face reflected in a mirror in his Springfield, Illinois home. One was his real face, the other a pale imitation. I don't know how they know this. Lincoln's superstitious wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, did not see the mirror images, but was deeply troubled by her husband's account of the incident. She prophesied, because she's a prophet, that the sharper image indicated that he would serve out his first term. The faint ghost-like image was a sign, she said, that he would be renominated for a second term, but would not live to complete it.
Well,
you're right.
Maybe she wasn't crazy, everybody.
Maybe she was a prophet. So the picture I showed Amy earlier is a picture. It's like a portrait of Mary Todd Lincoln. And then in the background, you can clearly see Abe Lincoln standing behind her, very faint, with an arm resting on her. And so that was a photo taken by spirit photographer William Mumler. So one of Mumler's most famous photographs apparently shows Mary Todd Lincoln with the ghost of Abe. Paranormal researcher Melvin Willen, in his book Ghosts Caught on Film, which why don't I own that? I need to.
For real.
Claims that the photo was taken around 1869, so that would have been after his death, and that Mumler did not know that this was Mary Todd Lincoln. Like, he didn't know who she was.
Oh, I mean, she does look just really like a normal person.
And so, instead, believing her to be Mrs. Tundle, which is what she told him her name was, Willen goes on to say that Mumler did not discover who she was until after the photo
a real cliffhanger
was developed. So that's interesting. So then it's not like he didn't even know who she was. So it's not like he can go find a picture of Abe Lincoln and put it on top. I don't know anything about photography, but anyway. The College of Psychic Studies, referencing notes belonging to William Moses, I don't know who that is, who has appeared in photographs by other spirit photographers, claimed that the photo was taken in the early 1870s. I don't know why that matters. So anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Was that maybe before people were being proven to be doing all the fraudulent spirit photography? Maybe
I guess.
It's relevant?
Maybe. And it says, though the image has been dismissed as being so many people think that it was accidental double exposure. But that doesn't make sense.
What are the odds of Abraham Lincoln?
Right. And it's clear. Like, it's Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Too clear.
Yes.
Like, I can get why people would question it.
Absolutely.
But it's like,
if this
wasn't the age of, like, Photoshop and stuff, though, either. Like, that is so well done. Like, if it is a fake, that
it's alarming.
Like, this guy should have been making a gazillion
because he's like
dollars.
Looking down at Mary Todd Lincoln. He has a hand resting on her shoulder. I mean, if that's a fake, they had some real talent.
Yes.
Well, this is like paint. I don't know. Like, there's no way you can do that with photography.
No. And weren't photos on like 10 back then? Maybe, I don't know. I think
probably. Okay, so now we're getting into the ghost.
Okay,
I'm
ready.
Where has Abe been seen? Do you have more things you want to say about Mary Todd Lincoln, though? She was into seances. I didn't read that, but I guess I didn't go into it very much.
In the actual White House, which a lot of people have huge problems with.
I mean, I love that.
I love it. I think it's fantastic. So she may be the reason the White House is still haunted
and
to
why
this
he's
day.
there. He's like, can Mary
release me?
Want to go home?
So now we're talking to you, Melania.
Right.
Go to the store and buy some sage and smudge the White. Can you imagine how long it would take to smudge the White House?
Like, it's still happening. So these really don't go in any certain order either.
That's all right.
Eleanor Roosevelt never admitted to having seen Lincoln's ghost, but did say that she felt his presence repeatedly throughout the White House. She also said that the Roosevelt family dog, Fala, would sometimes bark for no reason at all.
What an interesting dog name.
At what she thought was Lincoln's ghost. Yeah. Fala, F-A-L-A.
Follow me.
Follow me.
Follow me around the White House.
That's so dumb. Yeah. Okay. President Dwight Eisenhower's press secretary, James Haggerty, and Liz Carpenter, press secretary to Lady Bird Johnson, both said, wow, I'm feeling really historical right now.
Yeah, I mean,
as if I really
so
know
scholarly.
Things. I know things about government.
You're basically now certified to teach a history class.
I mean,
good job.
Let's do this. Okay, so those people, James and Liz, both said that they felt Lincoln's presence many times. Liz told author John Alexander that Lady Bird Johnson believed she'd felt Lincoln's presence one spring evening while watching a television program about his death, which is interesting.
That is interesting. He's like, hey, that's me on there.
Me. What's this newfangled box that lights up? Oh, is that my face?
Mary, is this your doing?
Mary, is this more of your nonsense?
That's just like when I saw my figure in the mirror.
Man in the mirror.
No, remember, we're not going to give Michael Jackson any
I thought I sang the song wrong.
No, you sang right. We just don't like Michael Jackson.
Well, no, I mean, I don't.
That is a great
Remember last
song,
episode you said you wanted to send Zach thing. You said Neverland.
Yeah,
Did he never come back?
Man, we were going hard on Zach, but you know, I'm not apologizing.
Sorry. Maybe I'll try to follow him on social media.
Listen to our podcast.
Hey, Zach,
but
love
don't
it.
rate,
But
review,
don't.
or subscribe because
He's
it
like
probably
one.
wouldn't be strong.
All right, so Lady Bird is... Why do they call her Lady Bird? I
don't know. It's just a nickname, I think.
Yeah, it's just really... First Lady, Lady Bird Johnson.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
But I'm like, what? Are my legs too skinny? What's a
sorry, your
lady
legs
bird?
are so skinny.
Like a bird?
No, I mean, I get it, but
like a bird.
I'm gonna fly away. Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, so she's watching the show. She noticed a plaque she'd never seen before hanging over the fireplace, which is weird. It mentioned
weird.
Lincoln's importance in that room in some way. What? I should really...
I mean, wasn't he important in every room and every town?
What
I
room was this? It's like the TV room. This room is very important because Abraham Lincoln once came in here. It mentioned Lincoln's importance in that room in some way. This is the room where Abraham
signed
Lincoln...
the Emancipation Proclamation. What's it called?
Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah, I said that
This
right.
is where Lincoln once wrote in his diary, full score, 7 years ago. I mean,
I cannot tell. No, that's not him.
Okay.
That's George Washington.
Okay, so anyway, it was important in some way.
Okay.
Mrs. Johnson admitted feeling a strange coldness and a decided sense of unease. That's lame. Moving on. The former president's footsteps are also said to be heard in the hall outside the Lincoln bedroom. Makes sense.
I bet he had really heavy footsteps.
I bet.
He was so tall.
So tall. Such heavy shoes.
Yeah, I always wondered, why are you so tall and wearing such a tall hat? It's unnecessary. Like, me wearing a tall hat would make sense.
Yes. He wants to appear even bigger.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know why I just said like that. Lillian Rogers Parks, I don't know who that is, stated in her 1961 autobiography, My 30 Years Backstairs at the White House.
What?
Amy,
was she like Harry Potter? Why is she under the stairs for 30 years? I'm really confused now.
Lillian, who's Lillian?
Why is she having
That's going to be haunted housekeeping. Who is Lillian Rogers Parks? Why are you under the stairs?
And why does she have an autobiography? That can't be that interesting.
My 30-year one. I sat here and I waited.
Then
Zach Baggins showed up.
Neck cramp from being under the stairs.
Year 3.
Hagrid sent for me.
I went to a poop show. Of course I did. Of course I did. Oh my God. Moving on from Lillian. This is great. This is really great. Okay, this is going well.
We are nothing if we aren't thorough with our research.
And I love how this is straight from Wikipedia, so there's just random ass numbers everywhere for citing sources.
In parentheses.
Margaret Truman,
32.
daughter of Harry S. Truman, said she heard a specter rapping at the door. Boom, chicka, boom, 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 chicka, boom, boom. Abraham Lincoln, mother effer.
I don't know what's happening.
I just said, I'm Abraham Lincoln, mother effer. Abe would never be so crass.
No, never. Or would he?
Or would
Maybe
he?
That's why he was so likable.
God, wow. Okay, so she heard a specter rapping at the door of the Lincoln bedroom when she stayed there and believed it was Lincoln. 7.
How does she know it was a specter? You heard a specter. No, you see a specter.
Look. Yeah, go look. President Truman himself was once awakened by raps at the door while spending a night in the Lincoln bedroom. So he just likes to knock on the door and freak people out. That's good one. That's a good one, Abe. Nobody's here. He's just running away.
Just ding-dong ditching everyone who's ever been in the White House.
You just see him scampering away down the hallway with his tails flapping in his suit.
And his hat.
Whoa!
His hat's hitting everything that
God damn it, Abraham Lincoln, I swear to God! I have a very important autobiography meeting tomorrow for my autobiography. My 30 years backstairs at the White House.
I gotta get up and put on my Jergens Healthy Glow first thing in the morning, Abe. Stop
Abraham
it.
Lincoln, I have so many tweets.
Abe is knocking to say, I will spray tan you. President
Get over here, Trump.
Come here.
I brought my
That's
Saint...
why I have this tall hat.
It's
Look at
full
this. It's got a spray machine.
I just said
Whatever
it's
called.
full of self-tanner. God. Okay.
And he's encouraging Donald Trump to get a hat similar to his.
Just cover your
the
whole
hair.
face with it, please. Just go and get a face mask. Please stop tweeting. It's embarrassing.
It is.
Okay, moving on. Several hopefully we didn't lose any listeners.
No, I mean,
it is what it is.
That wasn't political. Come on. You know he needs to quit tweeting so much.
You know. The President of the United States needs to have a certain,
je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi about him.
That means just stop tweeting every 5
Be
seconds.
Professional. Okay,
yes.
Great. Several unnamed eyewitnesses have claimed to have seen the shade of Abraham Lincoln actually lying down on the bed in the Lincoln bedroom.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I just feel like it's sexy. He's like, he's got his head propped up on one arm.
Hey, you been here long? Mind if I take off my hat? What's under there?
This guy is his hat covering his junk.
Wait, what'd you say about his junk?
It's just his hat over it. It's you want to see a magic trick?
I can make
That's why he wore a magician's hat.
I can make my wiener disappear. God. Hey, do you see these feathers? I got them from the prayer closet. Abraham Lincoln, you weirdo. It did feel sexy, didn't it? That's the way I was reading.
Yes. There's nothing screams sex appeal like reading directly from Wikipedia. It's so
it is
hot.
sexy. Oh my God. So,
I love how I haven't had to rest my head on my hand.
I'm glad you did.
To really get the visual across to you.
And then your eyes were like, hey, it's me, Abe.
It's the candlelight flickering off of my dark eyes.
Just call me Abe, honest Abe. God, Amy. Okay. I'm so hot.
My stomach hurts from laughing.
Okay, we're moving on.
Other people find us as funny as we find ourselves.
Do you? You've thought about sexy Abe Lincoln. You know there's some weird erotica out there that's like sexy Abe Lincoln erotica.
Have you seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter? I mean, that's a pretty sexy portrayal of Abe.
I'm gonna look up Abe Lincoln erotica and I'm reading some
You
next
know it's
episode.
out there.
Okay, back to him on his bed.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. The shade of his body is on the bed. That is what it is. Others have seen Abe Lincoln sit on the edge of the bed and put his boots on Why are they off, Abe? We know. You don't bang with his boots on. What am I saying?
He's just like sneaking out in the middle of the night, like, well,
thanks for that good time.
Yeah. God, you look way different by the candlelight here. Not what I thought I brought home.
I know I'm dead, but whatever. So, Mary Eben, who was Eleanor Roosevelt's secretary, saw Lincoln putting on his boots one night while she was sleeping.
What? God, why is he taking them off? Like, you're a ghost. What is happening?
He's just putting his boots on for eternity. My back hurts so bad. Why are these have so many laces? Can I get Velcro? Oh, God.
And then here comes Abraham Lincoln in like light up Velcro children's shoes, like
Heelys.
Yes. Lincoln's just wheeling down the hallways of the White House.
Ding dong dash easier.
It really does. It's such a quick escape.
Oh my God. Okay. Here we go. I got a few more.
Okay.
We can do this.
We can't. We're only at 67 minutes. Okay, we're good.
Others have actually seen an apparition of Abe. The first person reported to have actually seen Lincoln's spirit was First Lady Grace Coolidge, who said she saw the ghost of Lincoln standing at a window in the yellow Oval Office. What?
I don't know.
Staring out at the Potomac. 5. She said he stood at a window of the Oval Office, like it just said, hands clasped behind his back, gazing out over the Potomac, perhaps still seeing the bloody battlefields beyond.
Yes. And then he immediately turned around and said, "Hello, ma'am. I heard there was a leak that needed fixed." And then, wow, 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 wow. And just... And
then his suit's like break away.
As he magic mics that stuff right up. And then says, "Damn it, now I have to unlace my boots. Give me 26 minutes." And then look out. The magic is going to happen.
Oh my God. I like how we're discussing the ghost of Abe Lincoln. Like sexually molesting Calvin Coolidge's wife. This is really taking a weird turn. This is a history sex podcast. What am I saying? Okay.
Listen, no one had to pause to poop, so whatever. We have stepped up our game this week. So suck it if you don't.
You know you like sex jokes. It's funny.
It's funny.
Okay. Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, back to Teddy.
And Maureen Reagan and her husband have all...
like Ronald? Like...
I don't know.
No, her name was Nancy.
Maybe this is their child. Why are we putting all these people together?
I don't know.
Damn Wikipedia.
They say, like a family of Ronald. Like he was the president. They may be a totally different Reagan.
No, it's the same Reagans.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that. Maureen? Wee woo! It's Maurice. I like how I bring back our own old jokes. Like, because
they are timeless. They never get old.
It's called a callback, people. It's like, that's comedy lingo.
Or that's just us thinking we said something funny 27 years ago and we just keep throwing it in your face. Like, remember that one time I was funny? God.
And everyone's like, can you just read the freaking story about Abraham Lincoln? For the love of God, I'm here for the paranormal.
And the history.
Not sex jokes. Oh my God.
There will always be a smattering of sex jokes, people.
Was that the title of our...
A smattering of sex jokes?
Or something about
Abraham Lincoln's porno career.
God, okay.
I don't know.
Teddy Roosevelt and Maureen Reagan, a daughter of Ronald.
They lived in totally different eras, right?
Yes, and Maureen's husband, unnamed.
Not Ronald.
What was that noise? Have all claimed to have seen a spectral Lincoln in the White House. A number of staff members of the Franklin D. Roosevelt, we're just going all over the place, administration claimed to have seen Lincoln's spirit. And on one occasion, Roosevelt's personal valet ran screaming from the White House, claiming he had seen Lincoln's ghost. Why is everyone so afraid? Oh, actually, this gets really funny about nudity. Perhaps the most, not this one, the next one.
Okay.
Perhaps the most famous incident was in 1942 when Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands allegedly heard footsteps outside her White House bedroom and a knock on the door, only to open the door to see Lincoln in frock coat and top hat standing in front of her. She promptly fainted because he only had a top coat on and a top hat.
What's that called? Like a smoking jacket, like Hugh Hefner always wore.
What is that?
He's like, hey,
It's me.
you want to know what's under
Is that a smoking jacket or just a robe?
I don't know. I call it a smoking jacket because it's way fancier than a regular robe.
Okay, so here we go. This is about Winston Churchill. You ready for this?
I don't know.
British Prime Minister Winston Churchill loved to retire late. Take a long hot bath. This is so
he
sexy.
did.
I had no idea why it's so sexy. While drinking a scotch and smoking a cigar and relaxing. There was an account that on this occasion he climbed out of the bath naked.
As one does.
Except for his cigar. Walked into the adjoining bed. He saunters.
Was it really a cigar? Or was he just happy to see me?
Well, Abe.
Hey, Abe.
Your face.
What happens at the White House stays at the White House.
Through all of these things, you're making the funniest face.
I mean, clearly I don't have a future in the adult film industry. My face is just aren't doing it.
Your face is so funny. I'm sorry. Hey, okay,
How you doing?
this is so embarrassing. Okay, so he climbed out of the bath naked except for a cigar and sauntered into the adjoining bedroom.
Why is he sauntering?
I mean, I added that. This says
okay.
walks. He was startled. Oh, God. Lincoln, is that you standing by the fireplace in my room leaning on a mantle? He's not saying that. I'm saying that.
Okay.
Churchill, always quick on the uptake, simply took out his cigar, tapped the ash off, and said, "Good evening, Mr. President."
And he smells
Yes.
completely naked.
Yes, he's completely naked. "Good evening, Mr. President. You seem to have me at a disadvantage."
And then Abe drops his top hat and goes, we're even.
Lincoln smiled soft.
Oh, God.
I feel like I'm reading it. I feel like I'm my dad wrote a porn. Lincoln smiled softly, as if laughing, and disappeared.
It goes, it's not even a competition, Churchill.
Churchill smiled in embarrassment.
I'm sure he did. Yeah. Like,
Dude,
Abe wasn't just tall, y'all. All of his limbs. I'm just going to stop. What is wrong with that?
I don't know. This is taking a
This
dark
is so bad.
turn.
Good.
God,
This podcast better take off because our personal lives are ruined.
We're each other's only friend. Our husbands leave us. Oh my God. Well, clearly you've got a thing for Abe Lincoln, so.
Yeah. I mean,
God,
that ship has sailed. That ain't happening. I'm just like camping out by the wax statue.
Well, this is all his ghost.
I know.
We have, I mean, maybe our next topic should be sexual affairs with ghosts.
What's it called?
Succubus.
Why can't I talk? Oh my God.
Suck. This is ridiculous.
This is so bad. Oh God, just get to the end.
God,
Make it stop.
Should I just stop? I have 4 more bullets.
Read your bullets.
President Lyndon Johnson supposedly encountered Lincoln's apparition during a moment of great distress. So many jokes.
He was constipated. It was terrible.
President Johnson reportedly spoke to King, asking him how he handled an unpopular war. Because Lincoln says...
So he's just having a conversation with his ghost?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in parentheses it says, Lincoln was president during the American Civil War. Well, duh! Jeez, you don't know that! You in trouble. Reportedly, Lincoln replied, wait, what? Don't go to the theater.
Do good.
Is that a really bad joke? Because that's where he died? What?
I mean, that's obvious, Abe.
Lincoln, you've got a sense of... We see you.
Yeah.
You got a said, you want to come join us for a Halloween episode? It's like us and Abe.
You'd fit right in.
Please wear pants.
Yeah. Just saying. That'd be great.
Lincoln's ghost was reportedly seen outside of the White House as well. In Loudonville, New York, Lincoln's ghost was said to haunt a house that it owned to a woman who was present at Ford's Theater when Lincoln was shot.
So we just followed her home?
Yeah, no, that's not true. She lied.
No.
Other Lincoln hauntings included his grave in Springfield, Illinois.
That would make sense.
A portrait of Mary Todd Lincoln and a phantom train on nights in April along the same path his funeral train followed from Washington, D.C. to Springfield.
That's a long...
He's like
a great distance to cover.
The Oregon... Nope. 1890s. Wait,
Okay.
1980s.
That too. Oh, now we're at Reagan.
Yep.
Right?
Here we... Oh, yep. We're coming into Reagan. Here,
See, look at... I am so smart.
You're
Oh, my
freaking
God.
smart. She just looks up to the sky.
I did.
Thank you, Jesus and Abe.
For making me so knowledgeable.
Abe
on
is your
United
homeboy.
States presidents.
When Tony Savoy, White House operations foreman, came to the White House and saw Lincoln sitting in a chair at the top of some stairs. I love how thorough my research.
It's just a chair at the top of the stairs.
Don't fall.
And then you got
Can you
all
imagine though? You're like
Lillian, whatever, Rosa Parks or whatever her name was, living under the stairs there. Like
Lillian
going, let me out.
Lillian Roger Parks. She's under those stairs. It's me, Lillian.
You up there in the chair. Abe, I know you hear me. Get
Let me
me out of here. I really have to poop.
God. Last bullet, I can do it. Maureen Reagan,
Maureen's back.
daughter of Ronald, bumped into Lincoln's spirit, waking when... This is written so weird.
His ghost was asleep?
I think she was.
Oh, my God. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Didn't know you were resting in the afterlife. You need to replenish your...
So that's what rest in peace means.
Oh my God. So she woke up one morning in Lincoln's bedroom and bumped into him. Oh God, sorry. I didn't see you there. You're see-through.
How did you bump into him?
It's not clear. In the words of her father, President Ronald Reagan, to a figure standing at the window looking out, she could see the trees right through it. Again, it turned and disappeared. Apparently, the Reagan's dog, a spaniel named Rex, also sensed Lincoln's ghost barking frantically near the door to the bedroom, but never setting foot inside. Rex even barked at the ceiling for no reason as the Reagans watched TV.
Rex is like, I have to go out and go to the bathroom. Why is no one taking? They're like, oh, it's just Lincoln's ghost. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
As they have to replace all the carpets in the White House
House.
because Rex is just peeing and pooping all over the
Okay,
place.
that is all. I'm done.
Okay.
Sweet Jesus, help me.
Oh, that was a good one.
Thanks. Wow.
I mean,
Oh my God. As we talked so inappropriate.
we're
We're sorry, Abe Lincoln.
we can't apologize. Well, we should
to
apologize
Abe
to
Lincoln.
Abe, not our listeners.
No, I'm not apologizing to the people. They can suck it.
Just kidding. Please keep listening. We love you.
Well, you know we love you. Come
Yes.
on. I say that to all of my favorite people.
Oh, this is episode 10, so we can have
Oh.
that fun
Banter.
relationship with you guys
With-
now, not just with each other.
Both of you.
Yes. You know who you are.
You know you're a crystal. What? Is that weird?
Yes,
Sorry.
kind of.
I'm sorry. Okay, great. This is really went off the rails. It's now
Real fast.
7:39. Wow.
Oh, on a Monday.
On a Monday. Real sweaty.
I'm real sad for all of you because you have to wait until Sunday to hear this.
This magic. Oh
is-
God, help
what-
us.
What magic is this?
Yeah. So let's see. You know, you all
all you
people, we keep asking for emails and then we don't get any, and it's getting embarrassing.
But it's fine.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Is what it is.
It's fine.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
who emails anymore? I mean, really.
Facebook message. Oh, I did get a Facebook message. Shit.
You're never prepared for these
I
things.
know. Can you just say something? And then
And if you haven't gotten on to wherever you get your podcast from and rated, reviewed, subscribed, we would love for you to do that. Please, 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 please share our social media pages. We know some of you have, and that's how we keep getting page likes from all over the United States. That maybe I'm exaggerating, but like a couple other states that aren't places? Missouri. So
Nicole in Wisconsin, we got a new person. Hold on, I want to give a shout out. God, I suck at this so bad.
You really do.
Is Tammy your friend?
No, you asked me.
Tammy, we don't know you. I don't know where you're from either.
I love how we assume these people must know us. Like, why are they liking us? They must know
Only
us.
because I know. So Tammy's, her local time is our local time, so we don't know her. But Nicole, who lives in Michigan. Fran, who lives in California, love.
Shake it, baby, shake it.
You know her, though.
I do know her, but I appreciate it, though, because I haven't seen her in a really long time. And
it's
she moved
so
to Cali.
nice. You people.
We truly appreciate it, guys. So
you guys are the best.
Keep the love coming.
For real. Okay, and I got my shout out. This is from Eva. Eva, you're so nice. She said, "Girl, I'm normally not into haunted stuff, but I'm loving your podcast. I'm just not able to find anywhere to review it." Thank you, Eva. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Because it is really tricky to figure out where to review. If you're not an Apple user, I don't think you can review on Castbox or Stitcher or anything like that. So you can just go on our Facebook page and recommend us. That's really helpful. Or share us would be really helpful too. We're sitting right at 377 likes.
And even if you get us on Apple, it's kind of confusing to figure out how. You have to actually click on our podcast and scroll down to where you see the stars, which we know you'll give us 5.
And sometimes it doesn't always pop up.
No, you have to, you have to keep like refreshing.
Yeah.
And then it pops up. And then usually once you do the stars, it will give you an option to also write words.
Down here it says, write a review.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yes,
write a review.
I got you.
So also you can find us on The Haunt at Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
On Haunt Podcast on Twitter.
I'm not as good about Twitter.
Oh, no, we're not. Don't worry about Twitter. We suck at that. And
Insta and Facebook, we're great.
On the Haunt
at gmail.com.
Yes.
Please that's our email. Send us some emails. I've been working on merch. I've been sending some ideas to Amy for her approval. So we are going to be getting merch.
Yeah. And if you can think of something stupid we said that you think would be really good on a t-shirt, hit us up. Tell us. We are not opposed to putting some of our idiotic quotes on clothing.
Yes, and we're going to do some with just our logo, but I've already got Bathsheba trifling.
An
Amy original from episode 1, which is hysterical. So that'll be on there. We're going to do some sort of like a giveaway where if you share, rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff, that we're going to throw your name in a pot and hopefully give away some shirts. So we've got plans.
Yeah, or if you're even thinking, wow, if I had a shirt, I'd wear it and would be interested in purchasing one, let us know, because we really are kind of curious to know what kind of interest is out there.
Yeah.
Before we place an order. Or maybe we're just being stupid and nobody wants a shirt with our name on it.
Maybe we
I
just
don't
want
know
a
why
shirt.
You wouldn't.
I mean, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. And we are going to, I think we are definitely going to have something to where if people want to purchase shirts, they can.
Yeah.
I think can be a part too. So.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you all. What an adventure.
Yes.
I'm so sweaty.
I'm never going to recuperate from this one. My stomach hurts so badly from laughing.
Well, we love you all.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for listening.
Later.
See you next week. Bye.